guys, we have news. Let's go to more news from the Golden State Warriors, but before that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. It has become increasingly clear that the Golden State Warriors need to make major changes to their roster in order to re-enter championship contention. With the current NBA landscape, those changes will almost certainly have to include the addition of another certified star next to Steph Curry. In February, The Athletic reported that Giannis Antetokounmpo would be the dream addition for Golden State this summer. With the Milwaukee Bucks going out in the first round, could there be any path to a deal between these two teams? Antetokounmpo did not play in any of Milwaukee's playoff games, as a calf injury held him out for the entirety of the series. There has been no indication from Milwaukee that they are looking to blow their roster up, and there has also been no indication from Antetokounmpo that he'd like to be elsewhere. That said, perhaps the Warriors will still check in on his availability the same way they checked in with the Los Angeles Lakers about the availability of LeBron James at the trade deadline. Whether it's Antetokounmpo or another star, it feels reasonable to assume that the Warriors will at least check in on different players this summer. Steph Curry is still a high-level star, but could use another piece alongside him as Klay Thompson and Draymond Green get further from their All-Star days. How would this big deal be done? The Golden State Warriors have been dreaming of Giannis Antetokounmpo for a long time. So let's see how it could look. The Warriors could be one of the options to trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo simply because they have the pieces to make the trade. There's a star going, even though he's not new, Chris Paul, young talents, and draft picks. Thus, Chris Paul, Kevin Looney, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody and the picks would arrive at the Bucks. On the other hand, Antetokounmpo would be on the Warriors. You can question the validity of the negotiation due to the fact that Paul is closer to the end of his career. Looney is a guy who gets rebounds, defends, but stays there, and the young people haven't exploded. But there are other details. First, Looney would get the rebounds that Brook Lopez doesn't, and they could play alongside each other. Then, two point guards like Drew Holiday and Paul, defending and organizing, would be a big problem for any opponent. Finally, Kuminga is minutes away from showing his worth. In fact, he did very well while Andrew Wiggins was out due to personal problems. But let's assume the Bucks wouldn't accept something like that. Then, Chris Paul and Jonathan Kuminga would leave and three others would enter: Andrew Wiggins, Gary Payton II and freshman Tracy Jackson-Davis. In this case, Milwaukee would receive a player the same age as Antetokounmpo, Wiggins, to absorb Giannis' minutes. It would work because the Warriors' winger is very limited by Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson in scoring.